Typhoon Rammasun intensifying and moving northwest. I'm AccuWeather.com meteorologist Bernie Rayno, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. Take a look at Rammasun, especially over the last couple of hours. You go from a system that didn't really have an identifiable eye to now a very well-maintained eye. You'll notice even some green now beginning to show around that eye on our loop here. That is an indication that the typhoon is rapidly intensifying. Over the last couple of days, we've been highlighting this longitude 115 degrees east, and we discussed how once it moved to the west of 115, that conditions would be favorable for a time. Well, that is certainly the case, and looking at all of the observations, including water temperature and the conditions in the middle and upper part of the atmosphere, I think conditions are favorable for strengthening as it continues to move to the north and west. Just to give you an idea where we are here, this is the island of Hainan, this is the Lee Chau Peninsula, and up here where the arrow is pointing, that is Hong Kong. Now the good news for Hong Kong is that this system is going to continue to move west-northwest, and that will stay to your south and to your southwest. I have the water vapor up here just to show you the steering flow right now. The green, that's the moisture, and that is certainly, you can clearly see Rammasun. You'll notice the movement to the west-northwest. Now the only thing that would change this motion is this yellow and red up here. That's our trough across central China. If this was dropping farther to the south, that would allow a turn toward the north and northwest. But at this point, I think this system is too far north, so right now we're going to continue with our northwest movement. So we're looking at a landfalling typhoon across the northern part of Hainan Island near the Kowloon Bay, northern part of the island, and this is going to probably end up being a Category 3 or a Category 4 hurricane. So we're going to be looking at maximum sustained winds somewhere between 130 and 139 miles per hour. Could even be a Category 5, which begins at around 140. So this is going to be a big storm and huge problems for this part of China as it moves to the north and west. It will then emerge to the west of Hainan and then move across northern Vietnam. We'll have another landfall in northern Vietnam, and this will get very close to Hanoi, or probably off to the north, and it will maintain its typhoon status as it makes its third landfall. Number 1 was in Luzon, 2 will be across Hainan, and 3 will be in northern Vietnam, and it will be a typhoon there as well. As far as the biggest impacts, of course, you take where the eye of Hainan comes over, or Rammasun goes over across northern Hainan, and then you look to the north and to the northeast for the worst of the conditions. So that's going to be the northern part of the island. It's also going to be across the Lee Chau Peninsula, which is right in here. You can see how that jets out. Also other impacts as we head up the province of Guangdong. This, by the way, is Hong Kong. Now they're going to be spared the worst of the storm, but because the wind flow is going to be coming around out of the north, that will channel down the coast. So we're going to probably get at least tropical storm force wind gusts in Hong Kong, and also there's going to be some locally heavy rain as some of the outer bands shift to the north. But the worst of the conditions, northern part of Hainan Island and also the Lee Chau Peninsula, and also this section here of Guangdong province right along the coast, and then we'll have another area right where the system comes in again across northern Vietnam. Again, let's go over the timing here. We're looking at a landfalling typhoon, probably what we would consider a Category 4 hurricane in northern Hainan. That is going to be Friday afternoon, Friday evening local time, and then another one in northern Vietnam, another landfall during the day on Saturday. So this is going to have, unfortunately, lots of devastation with this. We're worried about the Lee Chau Peninsula and also the northern part of the island of Hainan, and then watch out in northern Vietnam. We'll, of course, keep you updated. If you have any questions, you can ask me them. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at AccuRayno.